Hello and welcome. My name is Diamond Fernandez. I'm your founder and director of the HeartFit Clinic, and today I want to talk to you about why do the majority of heart attacks and strokes actually occur with blockages that are less than 50%. So I know that sounds a little bit funny. So sometimes we think about heart disease like a kitchen sink where it just starts to plug up and we're like, oh, now it's starting to plug up and I'm not draining anymore, and so all of a sudden you end up with a heart attack. But it doesn't always work that way. So let's draw an artery here. So let's say your artery looks nice and red like so, and you got an inner lining of the arterial wall that happens there. Is like your artery is like a skin. Like if you just take your hand and you make a circle with it, that's kind of what it looks like, the inside of your artery. So I know I'm not the best drawer in the world, but that's okay. And so what happens is you end up with some kind of inflammation response here. And let's give it another color. And what happens is cholesterol comes to the rescue and patches that up. So it just kind of patches this up. And now what happens is a new layer of skin grows over that blockage to protect that plaque. Otherwise that plaque would just be loose, right? So it gets protected by a small layer of skin. And when we're looking at that part of it, and when we actually see why the majority of heart attacks actually occur with blockages that are less than 50%, it's like a pimple on our skin. So if you think about it, okay, well, I mean, I got a pimple right here, and I just happen to have one today. And that pimple, what happens to it actually is that it can either do two things. One is that the skin can grow over that pimple and protect that pimple, just like that's a pimple. Or two, and I don't mean to get disgusting here, but that pimple can, I'm sure everyone's had it before, where it can explode like a volcano and pus and blood and all that stuff comes out. That's what can happen inside your arteries. So what can happen is that you can end up with a cut to the arterial wall right through here. It kind of tears open like a volcano. And then all of a sudden, all this contents that was inside the artery here starts to come out into the area where the blood was flowing, the lumen, and it starts to spill out into the artery along with some bleeding. So we'll put some red in there, and all of a sudden you end up going from a small blockage to a large blockage very quickly. So that's why the majority of heart attacks actually occur with blockages that are less than 50%. And most cardiologists, I mean, if you do an angiogram and you see actually that's the gold standard of looking inside your arteries, if you see a blockage that is small, those are actually the ones that you got to focus on. So what can you do? Well, that's what we focus on at the HeartFit Clinic, is really what can you do to keep those blockages and make sure you strengthen the skin so that volcano eruption doesn't happen inside the artery. And that's what we focus on at the HeartFit Clinic. And that involves obviously lifestyle changes, obviously proper nutrition, exercise, having proper supplements in place, and also external counterpulsation might be a treatment option for you. If you have any questions, observations, or comments, I welcome them as always. And also wishing you to live happier, healthier, and longer. Here's Diamond Fernandez for the HeartFit Clinic. Thank you very much.